I'd say he was a mama's boy.
There was a sweet kid who was raised in Tacoma named Kevan Carter Jr. He was an athlete at Wilson High School. He was a rapper, and when he got up on stage, he lit it up. His sister Nicole says he didn't fall into some of the traps that other kids did.
He never was one to go a partier. He was never, someone who liked to go out to the bar.
And no drugs?
Never. No drugs. Never touched drugs.
His pictures project charisma and joy. But after high school, mental illness crept into Kevan's life, depression and panic attacks. To his sister Nicole, he would say things like this.
I just don't feel joy. I don't feel happiness. He felt like he just wasn't able to experience any kind of joy.
And here's the thing about Kevan. He did everything right. His parents, Bedez and Kevan Sr., saw it firsthand.
He was really searching for help.
He really tried.
He really did try.
I told him that. I said, son, I know, and I don't know if you realize that I know, and Mom knows, that you are really trying. I never seen anybody try as hard as you.
There are piles of self-help books that he read, and there are lists that he would write, reminding himself that he was a good guy.
I am talented. I am handsome.
That he was loved.
I am a strong, confident man. I am hardworking. I am living in abundance. I only focus on the positive and who I truly am.
Kevan Jr. refused to quit. He wrote letters to himself.
I am so happy and thankful that I am pressing forward and telling a story that will inspire others in a positive way.
He saw counselors, doctors. He took medication. When he had thoughts about hurting himself, there were stays at Overlake Medical Center and Fairfax Behavioral Hospital. Kevan Carter Jr. wanted to get better. He fought hard for it. He wasn't feeling good one day, and his mom took him to a new place in Tacoma, Well-Found Behavioral Hospital. They wouldn't let him stay. They sent him home. A month later, Kevan had a major panic attack. His mom took him to the ER at Good Samaritan Hospital. They sent him by ambulance to Well-Found. He told the people at Well-Found that he couldn't feel anything, just numbness. They sent him home again.
He came home. I was here. He didn't seem himself. He just was feeling desperate, down, empty.
At 3:15 that morning, Kevan Jr. had yet another panic attack, so he got in the car and drove himself back to Well-Found. He told them he needed help.
In the night, the doctor that was working with him called us at 2 a.m, and he was the most calming doctor. We just really understood where Kevan was at. He talked spiritual things, and we just felt like, oh my gosh, this is great. He's getting help. And then toward the end of the conversation, he goes, but I do want to let you know I'm sending him home. And we're like, what?
So they sent Kevan back home for a third time. Only this time, he didn't go home.
Well, they can't help me. I'm really in a bad place here. What do I do? I don't even want to think about it. It just tears me up to, put myself where he must have been.
He went to Titlow Park, and this bright, charismatic young man who did everything right, who fought his illness so hard, stood there in the night waiting, and then threw himself in front of a train.
He just wanted help so he could get better. He didn't want to die. Somebody who wants to die doesn't go and beg for help 3 times.
I think the system failed him.
I'll put it to you like this. They could have done more, and if they would have, he would still be here.
Along with the drug crisis and a crisis of faith in leadership and the COVID crisis, there is also a mental health crisis.